more on this, we're joined by Independent Women's Forum Senior Fellow and Muslim scholar, Dr. Qanta Ahmed. Dr. Ahmed, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Israel is obviously our biggest U.S. ally in the Middle East. And in that last report that we just watched from Stephanie, we saw all these pro-Palestine protests that have popped up. We're playing them still on the screen here. Many, if not all of them, being seen by the rest of the world as anti-Israel, anti-Semitic. Some of these events, people holding swastikas, shouting phrases from the Holocaust. What is your take on why there's been this surge of Palestinian support since the attacks, given some of the horrific details that have surfaced?
Let me clarify. These protests are not so much pro-Palestinian as fully aligned with Hamas. Hamas is an Islamist terrorist organization. What you're seeing, including from university leaders and university alumni who are shocked at these developments, is the rise of progressive power in the United States. For years, if not decades, pro-BDS, boycott, divestment, sanctions, ultra progressive groups have aligned with Islamist ideology to demonize the Jew, to erase Judaism, to promote anti-Semitism. This didn't happen overnight. This has been going on for many years. And now that we have what is going to be a very long, very difficult war for Israel to legitimately eradicate a terrorist group, Hamas, which is akin and, in fact, I fear going to be much more lethal than even ISIS. We're seeing that our university graduates, our citizens, Muslims like me, some of them born in the United States, are aligning with Hamas as a resistance group, as a liberator, when Hamas is terrorism. Affiliation with Hamas needs to be outlawed in the United States. Hamas is a foreign terrorist organization. To clarify, as a Muslim, I'm absolutely devastated for the loss of life on Israeli and Palestinian sides. There's no question about that. But what we're seeing in New York is an uncovering of enormous support, which is anti-Semitic, which is genocidal, which is pro-Islamist. We would never tolerate this for ISIS. We should not tolerate this now. And it reveals a very deep disease within our culture, academia, corporate, media, all aspects.
And you just brought up another group that I wanted to ask you about as well, Doctor. Considering the brutal nature of these attacks, are you surprised that more Muslims have not come forward to disavow Hamas and are instead championing the terrorist group?
I am completely devastated. And I want to just tell your viewers something else, is that this call to rally in support of Hamas has come from the Hamas leadership, Khalid Mishal, who has announced on social media in Arabic all around the world a call for global jihad, a call for animus against the Jews, demise of Israel. This was circulated in the last couple of days and from verified Arabic-speaking sources in Iraq. My Kurdish friends who have defeated ISIS, I can verify that this is responding to a global rally put out by Hamas. And to have this in New York City, where we experienced September 11th, where I still take care of patients who are impacted by September 11th, is obscene. Even Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, who herself is ultra-progressive, has condemned this, but the genie is out of the bottle. And this represents an existential threat to the United States-Israel relationship. This is very, very serious. And I would like our authorities to look at this as seriously as they look at right-wing anti-Semitism. Left-wing anti-Semitism gets a pass in the United States. Those days are over. Again, that does not mean I am not equally devastated for the loss of life of Palestinians as much as Israelis. But we cannot legitimize a terrorist group that has intentions that far overshadow the intentions of ISIS.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.